Welcome back.
We are back.
To the least educated, most fun SMU sports podcast ever. And we're live from an undisclosed location somewhere deep in the bowels of Fondren Library here on the beautiful campus of SMU in the Big D. You are listening to the Mustang Mood podcast.
Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. You know, I got to say, we've been riding a wave of like good vibes.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Momentum.
The Mustang mood is on the rise, and we're about it. So if you haven't subscribed or rated the show on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen, or subscribed on YouTube if you're watching, please do.
Do
if
it
you're
right
Yannick's
now.
mom and this is your first time watching,
Oof.
I'm going to
Called out.
send this to you now so that you can see this one comment. Because we were just
Please.
talking today. My mom came in and she was like, hey, I haven't seen an episode. Or, well, like, you need to send me an episode so I can watch it. And I said, you know what? You're right. That's a failing on my part.
No, he started crying right on the spot.
I did cry a lot today.
If that was my mom, I probably would have.
You would have cried?
I would have never spoken to her again.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
whoa,
You see, the thing is, I believe in
intense.
second chances. And, you know, I think that y'all should give me a second chance in giving her a second
Okay.
chance.
I think I can do that.
Okay.
I
yeah.
can
Because
give
that's the
you a
Mustang mood
second
way, and
chance.
that's the SMU
That
Mustang way.
come as you are, as the Mustang
Come as
mood
you
has
are.
always said.
Yep.
That
For at least a week now.
if not longer. You got to listen to the Jeffrey Imba episode. That's a great one. If you haven't listened to it already, we're going to talk about the defensive line a little bit later. And if you want to know even more about the guy on the line, that's
That
the
guy?
episode to listen to.
The guy.
Mr. Imba.
He's the guy.
He is the guy.
Jeffrey
That dude
Imba.
is an animal.
He's
Oh,
gigantic.
yeah.
gigantic, and that dude is ready to break some heads.
Yeah.
Like, he's hilarious, but
be
he
fun-
will come after
He'll
you
be
if you're a
fun-
quarterback.
He'll be fun to watch. No doubt.
I'm really, That was a
No
great
doubt.
episode. I'm excited to see him on the field starting August 30th. Right around the
Crazy.
corner.
It's crazy.
We're releasing this, I guess we're recording this like 2 weeks in advance, but we're releasing this game.
They'll
week.
probably see this the week of the game, so
The
you'll
week of the
see
game.
this right before the game hits. But
You already know who won Farmageddon
that is
in
true.
Ireland. I'm jealous.
Isn't that strange?
I can't wait to watch that game.
I don't remember who it is.
In
Iowa-
Farmageddon?
Kansas State and
Iowa
Iowa
State?
State. Yep.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
The states.
Yeah, it's a ranked matchup.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm pumped for that.
I feel like they
Anyway,
ranked them just to, make it more interesting for week 0 game.
Now,
Just
some
throwing
of
that
us have some sweet merch. Some of us have it on order. I ordered, both Ben and I ordered more stuff this week because we love the merch on our website so much. But if you like Yannick's polo or my hat, you can go to themustangmood.com. Pretty simple.
Actually, we don't.
themustangmood.com.
Not these hats.
Yeah.
These hats
Not
we don't
these
have
hats.
anymore. We have new hats, which
You
actually
gotta be
look
an
really
OG
cool.
fan to get one of those hats. But yeah,
But
the
yeah,
newer
lots of
hats
awesome merch.
are honestly, they're better.
They might be
quality.
better.
They
Yeah.
might be better.
They might
quality.
actually be better.
So you might be,
You're in for a treat for them.
you're in for a treat no matter what there. So excited
And-
about that.
Also, sorry to cut in, but if you find us at an SMU game and you take a picture with us and tag us in it, we will give you a 30% discount on it. It's basically, guys, we're doing our best to get these things out for you guys.
That's what you're
And
going to be saying after you
that's
get
what you're
that
gonna be
30% discount code.
Yeah.
You know what else you're going to be saying that you're so excited about?
What?
SMU recruiting.
Let's go.
It's juicy
Let's
right
go.
now.
Let's go. We have done such a good job in preparing for this.
Did I say that?
I got to be honest. Mostly, I've always SMU let's not even worry about the freshmen. They're not gonna have any impact.
Yeah, because usually
That's not the
we've
case
been a
anymore.
developmental team because we've never been able to get good recruits. And we've been able to get good recruits. We've never been able to get high prospect recruits that are just ready year one. That's different now.
Yeah,
Well, hold on.
especially
Before we dive into it, if you didn't watch one of our recent videos with SMU Director of Recruiting Operations, Brian Filker, check that
That's so
out because
true.
that was a really he gave
shout
us a
out
lot
to
of
Brian.
he gave us a lot of great insight on the recruiting process, what it looks like right now. So if you
And
want
the
more
momentum
on
that we
that,
have.
check that out because that was a really good one.
Yeah.
And so much of that is the culture, right?
A lot of
Yeah.
culture. And frankly, from everything that Brian talked about in that episode, which you should watch again, he talked about the difference in our administration in terms of how prepared we are as a staff, I say we as if we're part of the staff, but how prepared the SMU staff is. They brought on a lot of people to really facilitate a very clean operation.
Yeah.
So they're able to touch a lot more players. They're able to do a whole lot more with what we have in that.
Yeah, that's well said.
Well, you know what I mean.
I was gonna make a joke. I
Reach out
decided
to
not to make.
a lot more players from around the country. We're able to have a much bigger impact and also have a much stronger impact within DFW, which is our home turf.
Yeah. And that's honestly every interview I've heard with Rhett has said exactly that.
Yep.
Is the impact we're having on DFW is so much greater than we used to. We used to be a place people would come back to, like return home to.
After they kind of burn out somewhere else.
Now we're a destination. They don't have to go somewhere else. They don't have to go to OU and then transfer back. They don't have to go to anywhere else. I mean, like, we've got so many recruits.
They could, though. If you want to go to OU, that's okay.
That's not okay.
No. You can go to OU if SMU wasn't on your destination list, but you got to come to SMU afterwards. So that's how it goes.
Or yeah.
Something else that I didn't mention on any of our last podcasts, but when we went to I guess maybe it was just Walker and I, one of SMU's fall practices, and at that fall practice, something I noticed was as they're doing, I mean, these drills are going like one by one. I mean, the really discipline of our team is super high right now. But one of the things I noticed was Rhett Lashlee, Coach Lashlee, he was going around and facilitating these things. And one of his assistants would hand him a phone, and he'd be talking to a recruit, and he'd be going for it. And then he's just popping off, just one recruit after another, just showing like, look, this is what we're doing. Like, and he would show them. He'd like FaceTime show them the field and stuff. And he was just doing one after another. It was impressive. I mean, that dude is a machine. He was showing like the discipline of our team. I mean, we looked like a power conference team. And that was something that really impressed me. So I think our recruiting is, I mean, as Brian Filker said in that interview, we can compete with any team for a DFW player. I mean, we can compete with Texas. We can compete with A&M.
Yeah.
And we see that when we got Odoms. Is that how you say his last name?
Odoms,
yeah. I mean, he was a 5-star recruit on 247. I mean, we're talking like this is it's the highest prospect recruit by far, and we're continuing. I mean, now this year, our highest recruiting class of all time is again. And so we're just continuously move to like highest recruiting class. Every year is our best year. Just means we're going to continue to succeed.
And so I say all that to kind of emphasize this point of like my perspective had to change, like getting ready for this season. Because there's something like deep in me that feels off of like, wait, where are the portal guys? Like, why aren't we bringing in more portal talent?
It's true. It's a good point.
Like,
we're still getting good ones like Imba.
And we did get good. I mean, in just especially on the defensive side of the ball, we needed. We weren't quite there.
We just had a lot of seniors. That's ultimately what it was. We had a lot of guys graduate last year.
We're plugging holes versus building half a team in the portal.
Exactly.
It's a different mentality behind it. Yeah,
right.
And we can be much more selective in our transfer portal classes now because of what we have. We don't have to just go take whatever the best thing we can get at an X position because we say, hey, we know what we have. We got a good solid base. Let's go find the best ones that fit our culture.
Man, I'm so excited for some college freaking football. It's gonna
Heck yeah.
Oh, we need some hype videos going.
I've got just goosebumps going right now. Just thinking about Ford here this weekend for you guys. Yeah, I'm pumped. Earlier in the season, earlier this summer, I would say that I was pretty skeptical about our talent. Especially in the wide receiver room, the running backs, and then kind of across the board in the defense, linebackers, defensive line, corners. I would say on the defensive side, I've still got some question marks, especially on the linebacker and corner kind of side. I went to the practice last week at the Star, and we've got some dudes on that defensive line.
Yep.
That I'm less concerned about it now. We just have less proven talent than we did last year, and I think that they're going to prove themselves this year. A lot of potential in that area.
So why don't we go through the position groups real quick? So what are your biggest question marks in terms of position group? You mentioned the D line. You said receivers that you felt.
Well, I felt that way before. One thing I do want, like one point I want to make is we have so much talent now, like raw talent. Especially in the freshmen in the wide receiver room, who I think they may not start. There's, what do we got? 4 of them. Jalen Cooper, Dalen Singleton, Isaiah Robertson, and Carterius Brown. Brown especially. Number 11. I think you're gonna see him a lot this weekend against East Texas A&M. I think he's gonna play a lot, get a lot of reps, and it wouldn't surprise me if he had 120 yards of receiving.
Dang, that's a big for.
He's gonna go.
You're feeling really hot.
I think he'll get a lot more playing time that week.
Sure.
This weekend compared to maybe a Baylor or a TCU.
But do you think in that same way
he's got some great skill, and so he's raw, but he's he's good. I can't wait to see.
He's the one that
year.
stood out of the 4.
He's the one that stood out to me. I think Isaiah Robertson looks good too. Jalen, all 4 of these guys look really good. And so, but yeah, Brown kind of stood out to me the most in the practice, but he was on my side of the field. I think some of the other guys were on the other side of the field. So maybe it was a perspective thing. I don't know, but he looked really good. And so I'm not questioning the skill anymore or the talent. I think we've got, we still have our obvious,
we have
Jordan
guys
Hudson,
returning.
Ramella Brinson.
Yeah.
Ymir Knight, a name you may not have heard yet. He's a transfer from James Madison. I think he'll have a good year.
Yeah.
So I think we've got our first 3 or so wide receivers. First 2 for sure in Ramella Brinson and Jordan Hudson.
I heard, at the fall camp, I heard some really good things about Knight being, because Knight's he's a transfer, and he's that guy's small.
Yeah.
Like in terms of football players, I think he's 5'8". But that dude is quick. He can secure the ball. I think he's going to be, I'll just put it out there. I think he's going to be a starting slot for us. I think he's actually going to come in and do some really big things.
And I remember we could have kind of heard some stuff in the spring. I think they were really excited about Daylon Singleton.
Yep.
And then
Yes.
Another transfer, Link Rhodes, who I think is a JUCO transfer, if I remember correctly. But that was before, I think Singleton might have been hurt at the time. So that was before summer and fall camp started.
So let's go through the position groups. How do we feel about the receivers and tight ends? Because I feel actually really solid about our receivers and tight ends. I think we have a lot of young talent that's coming up. I think we have proven guys that maybe they didn't have explosive years, but we've got Romello, we've got Jordan Hudson. I think Knight's going to be a great slot receiver, like I said, and we got RJ Maryland. I feel like our receivers and tight ends are actually going to be. We may not have guys that are like Casey Concepcion, where people are like, oh, wow, this guy's the best receiver in the country. But we have solid guys across the board.
We don't have a first-round draft.
Yeah, I don't think we have a first-round draft pick, but we have guys that are going to do very solid.
The way I feel without having been to the practices, I think Jordan Hudson and Ramella Brinson are very solid.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, can they take a step and become really good players? Because we haven't. I think Ramella Brinson is a little bit more proven than Jordan Hudson. I think Hudson has just been so inconsistent. So I agree with you. I think the talent is there. I think the depth is a question mark because we don't know the young guys or the transfers yet. I think at tight end, I feel solid. Hibner is good.
Yeah, Hibner's awesome
I think
too.
once RJ comes back, we'll be good. I don't think he's
our tight ends. I feel are actually they're. I don't know if I call them elite yet because elite kind of implies that they're in the running for awards, and you kind of have to see that to believe it. But I think we have very good tight ends. They can compete with any other tight end room in the country. Basically.
I would say that we're elite at tight end.
If you go to make that statement,
absolutely. I think we're
RJ
top
is healthy.
3. Yep.
If he's healthy,
and it seems like everything I've heard from coach is that he's going to be back.
Yeah.
By the TCU game, likely the Baylor game. So
he's back by the
I was
Baylor
going to say
don't
risk him week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's not
I
week
don't
0.
think he'll see anything in week 1
we don't need
hopefully
that.
not in week 3 as well.
But I think I think we can get by. Not that Baylor's. We'll talk about this later. I think Baylor's going to be tough, but I think we trust Hibner, and I think if I remember the third string is Adam Moore. I think, and I know that they were really high on that guy too. So,
friend of the show, friend of the show, Stone Eby.
That's right.
He's now listed as a tight end.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of fullback.
Yeah, I think he's going to be more like a blocking tight end, but he was. I saw him catch some passes when I was in fall camp. I watched him catch some passes. So he can catch.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to probably use him more as a blocking tight end. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Because he was playing
congratulations out to him as he expects a son here in a few weeks.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Dang, we're all on the same timeline.
I know. What if, bro? We could have kids by the time this publishes.
That is true. Crazy thing about.
Hopefully not for me in terms of the timeline, but
yeah. So wide receivers, tight ends,
running backs.
Wide receivers feel solid. I don't think we're gonna have anybody that's getting crazy wide receiver numbers, but I think if we have 3-4 guys that are each getting that each have 500 yards, I think that's awesome. That's what we need this year. We don't need a 1,000-yard guy. But
yeah. I think that's a good point you hit on there. I think that's a theme for this year is we don't need to replace Brashard Smith with one Brashard Smith.
It's like Moneyball. He says you don't replace him with another superstar player because they're the A's, right?
Yep.
They're not the Yankees. You don't replace them with one superstar. You replace them in the aggregate, and I think we did that.
And I'm not comparing us to the A's. Maybe we're more like the Twins.
Yeah, okay.
We're competitive sometimes.
Hey, they won 27 games in a row, so,
I think that was
it
the
27?
Twins?
No, the A's. In Moneyball.
Oh,
They went on that crate. They
That's
broke
right.
the record
That's
for the
right.
run. I'm just saying, maybe not the old school A's, but that year of the A's.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
So,
running back.
we feel comfortable.
I feel,
we
I feel good about the receivers. I feel awesome about the tight ends. Running backs.
Yep.
Let's go there.
I think I feel good about Chris Johnson and Derek McFall. I feel good about the potential and like what we've heard and seen, but the question is, can they do it on Sundays? I mean Saturdays. If they could do it on Sundays, we're good. We're good.
Too bad we don't play on Sunday this year, though.
I think they're both going to be really solid. I think we're going to be fine.
Yep.
But I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that the two of them combined could play a Brashard Smith kind of role. Derek McFall is a redshirt freshman. Like he played in 5 games last year, but this is so he's still got.
Is it
4
5
years.
or 4? I thought you only get 4.
He gets to play in the playoff game.
Okay, got it.
Which didn't count, I don't think.
Yeah,
got it. Okay.
Postseason doesn't count.
So anyway, but he kept his redshirt eligibility,
which
so
is really good
for
for us.
He's a freshman, although he's a sophomore. Anyway, all that to say, we've got time with him, and if he can, I think he has the ability to kind of pop off this year. To kind of the Hibner point of like we're really excited to see him develop, like ready for him to take the next step next year. I'm not sure that he's going to be the Brashard Smith and ready to take on.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect him to in year 2, really year 1.
But I think he's got the ability to end up there.
Yeah,
eventually.
I think so.
Yeah, I picked one group on each side of the bowl to be like, what are my biggest areas of question? What's my biggest question of offense? What's my biggest question on defense? I picked the running backs as the area that had the biggest question, obviously because we're filling in for a draft pick, right? I had, McFall, I heard some good things about, at fall camp. I heard that he is having a really strong fall camp. So obviously McFall's going to get a lot of reps. I also heard that, TJ Harding was having a strong fall camp as well. I mean, that's our veteran presence. Our running back room, go check our, roster. It's very young, right?
Is he the UCLA transfer?
He's the senior.
TJ Harding is the UCLA transfer.
I've heard good
and
things.
So
yeah.
I think
more of
he's
a short yardage guy though.
Yeah, but I think he's going to help us kind of bring a veteran presence to the team. But if I did pick an area that was an area of question, that's the one. And the other thing that I was thinking about is, obviously you don't really expect, Heisman type play out of, guys coming in for their first year as a starter, right? But I think if there is somebody on the offense that's going to have a breakout year, it's going to be McFall. And so instead of, I'm not going to say that he's going to have a Brashard Smith type of year, but if there is somebody on our offense that I think is going to pop off and just surprise everyone the way that KJ did last year, I think McFall's that guy. And so it's my biggest area of question, but it also, I think, has the biggest area to surprise everyone.
Yeah. I'd say Katarius Brown for me is that guy who I think would surprise people. More broadly, the freshman wide receivers are going to surprise some people.
I think we do need to talk about Chris Johnson Jr. too. I think he's probably going to be the starter. That's my expectation. I think he's probably. I think he's going to be really good. I think
he's a Miami guy.
Yeah.
And he was friends with Brashard.
Yeah.
Kind of Brashard was like, hey, worked out well for me.
Yeah, it did.
And so anyway, that's kind of. I think he's got that ability. In Mustang fans, the transfers from Miami have not failed us.
Yeah.
So
the reason why I wouldn't pick a receiver is because I think we're going to be more of a receive by committee, and so I think he just probably won't get enough reps to really show it. Even though I do think he's got some crazy talent.
I do think though we're going to be everything by committee, except
that's
for,
totally possible.
Whereas last year we had some leaders in every room except for the quarterback going into the season. We've got one guy at quarterback this season, and then everywhere else may be kind of a.
Let's talk about that. Have you guys seen Ty Hawkins?
I've heard really
that
good
guy
things.
is a man. I mean,
Yeah,
for
a
a
beast.
true freshman, I mean, he's every bit of 6'2", 200. I mean, this dude is big. He's muscular.
He was 6 foot.
He does not look 6 foot, dude.
He's
He
huge.
may be 6 foot. He does not look 6 foot. He is like that dude. When I looked at him, I was looking up at him. I was just like, all right. If something happened to KJ, I do not feel bad. I mean,
Yeah.
that dude he's got an arm.
And Tyler Van Dyke, like we've got some like leadership there in the locker room.
How was he at the practices, Ty Hawkins? Because I've heard, I think Jeffrey was telling us, or maybe it was Brian, that he looks really, really good.
He does. He looks really, really
Yeah.
good. He looks like somebody that came in trying to compete for a starting job, which is something that you don't really see when you have somebody that's coming back from a season like KJ did. He looks like he came in there and was like, I can win this, and he's trying to. So he's probably going to redshirt just because we have KJ, but this is crazy to say. I don't feel too uncomfortable in most of the games we play if KJ had something happen where he tweaked something and he had to sit out for the rest of the game. I feel actually, whereas last year I was like, if KJ goes down, our game's over. Like, that's always how I felt.
Yeah. And just a disclaimer again, a lot of our information is based off of 2 practices. So we try not to get too carried away.
2 practices,
And some
but I
good
also
conversations.
we had some good conversations with guys that were around the team while there. And so
Not all published.
yeah, not all published. This is all just kind of like, these are casual conversations of people saying, hey, these guys had a really good fall camp. These guys look really good for us. I mean, through practice, I mean, these guys are developing a lot. I mean, every football program is also going to say they put on a lot of weight. There are guys that put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I've heard
Good
that Kevin's put on some good weight too. So
Yeah.
He did. He looks a lot better.
Yeah.
I think he's probably gonna be better than last year, which is saying a lot. But
I kind of want to talk about that. Obviously, he was great last season. He had a really good year, but there's some areas of his game that were pretty. I mean, there were some weaknesses for sure. That were clear, especially holding on to the ball.
Yeah, they
and
look like
throwing the ball.
freshman weaknesses, like stuff that you would expect
Right.
from somebody that's playing their first year as a starter and also wasn't expected to start.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It looks like experience weaknesses.
Yeah, and I would agree. But I want to be clear in that, if we need him to take a step up.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
our talent isn't necessarily. We're hyping it up, but it's not necessarily to the level it was last year. And so
Yeah, we're not just studded with blue chips. That's just the way it is.
right, and so we do need KJ to take on an extra level of
Him and everyone
go
else.
to the next level. Yeah,
We're having it, but this is
yeah,
for a team like SMU to do really, really well. We have to play better than what our high school recruiting rankings are. So far, for the last several years, we've done that. I mean, what was Brashard, like a 3-star? I think it was like a 3-star.
yeah,
And that dude went off. And so, that's what we are.
Yeah.
And we're moving away from that. That was something that Brian Filker was talking about, is that we used to be hey, look, this is what we did with a 3-star type of recruit. Like, look what we turned him into. What could we do with you guys as a 4 and a 5-star? Like, that's just the difference now. But we haven't had those recruits on campus yet as much because we have a few freshmen now, but we're building that.
Yeah. I
We
would
still
say
got to overdevelop.
the concern is that we're going to have to score more points this season. We'll talk about this as we get into these games. But our defense, and we'll touch on the defense. We're already 20 minutes in the podcast. But
We should book it.
yeah, sorry.
wait, I want to say one more thing about Kevin before
Sorry.
we get there.
Let me emphasize this point of
Okay.
we're going to have to score more points this year. Our defense may not be up to snuff. And so what we can't afford is turnovers. I think the biggest thing, does Kate can he hold on to the ball? That's the biggest question. Obviously, the sour taste of the Penn State game is still there.
Yep.
And thinking back on the Duke game, obviously, the Pitt game was great. It was fantastic. He was great. There were moments where he was really, really good, and he was able to put full games together. But can he do that 12 times this year? That's the question.
Yeah.
I have
fair.
I have absolute faith. In my heart of hearts, bias
Ben's a
aside,
believer.
I have no doubts about him taking the next step.
That's good.
I don't feel like I even need to worry about it. So
I
if
hope you're
anything,
right.
he needs to elevate everybody else, which I think is what's going to happen. But we'll see.
Last one on the offense, since we haven't touched the offensive line. We have 3 returning starters, if I recall. So I actually feel really good about our offensive line. I think they're going to be better than last year.
And we've got the depth now.
And we've got depth.
A lot of depth.
Not really touching on it a whole lot. So you offensive line guys, but that's because we have faith.
We love you.
We think that you guys are the bomb.
Yeah. Not much to talk about there. Pretty confident there.
Agreed.
We'll be at a spot that will be able to make the guys,
Yeah.
They'll give KJ time, and they'll give the running backs, a hole.
Cool.
The defense. I think I've touched
area
on
of concern. Pick one area of concern.
Corner.
Defensive line depth.
Yeah,
That's
both.
fair.
We lost a lot of production on the line.
We did.
Okay.
I think Jeffrey Imba's got the ability to, to possibly be drafted.
Yeah, I think he does
and
too.
So he's a brick wall of a human. And so,
because he's our nose, I believe. I think he's going to be right in the middle, so he'll be a good anchor for us.
Yep.
Okay.
And
you said corner. What was yours?
I have defensive line as my biggest question in the sense that, just because we have so much that we need to fill in there with at corner. We have one returning starter, and Deuce Harmon he wasn't a starter, I don't think, last year, but he's athletically gifted.
Yeah.
He was like a strong 4-star recruit. He didn't do well at A&M, but that dude is athletically gifted. And so if he can kind of progress under Simons, I thought cornerback would be a little bit stronger than our defensive line, just because we have continuity from last season to this season. But we did get burned a lot in kind of like man-to-man coverages with guys going deep. There were times where they just kind of threw the ball over us. So I'm hoping that this year we take that step forward, and that's not the biggest area of concern.
Yeah. And I do have a lot of trust in Scott Simons to be able to put this team into high gear. And also
Jalen Davis Robinson, that was his name, our returning starter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. And then
I had to look at that.
Yeah, excited about the culture as well. I think like a lot of these things, like the inexperience can be covered up by good coaching, good culture. And then we've got, Isaiah Wokobia and Ahmad Moses.
Yeah, for our deep
Turbo,
guys. Our safeties, yeah.
Isaiah
Turbo.
Smith, let's go.
I feel really good about our
excited
safeties.
about that.
I think that they're going to do quite well.
And I feel really, really good about our starting linebackers. The question mark there is the depth. So, I know Barker.
I just don't know enough about Barker too.
Sakai. I'm not sure how you say it, but I think that he's supposed to be really good. And then
we got Kilgore.
Kilgore, yeah. Those two are going to be really, really, really good. The question is, who else can rotate in? That's my question on linebackers. But I feel really good about those two.
That's good. I don't know enough about Barker. I haven't done any. I don't know him anything about him. I just know he's coming in. He's going to start.
He had a very, very, very productive season at ECU, and then in conversations we heard that he was going to be a dude.
He's gonna be good.
So,
okay, good stuff. So that's why we need more of multiples of us, so we can hear other things.
That's right.
All right. Now we're gonna jump into the schedule portion of the show.
Yeah.
I think we want to start with predictions. Yeah.
Overall,
let's start with our prediction, and then let's go through the let's go through the schedule.
So Vegas has us at 8.5. That's the over under. So just the bar.
Do you feel more confident than Vegas or less confident?
Yeah. So what do you think? Where are we going to be?
Here's the thing. In my head, logically, when I just think about the record, I think 9-3 or 10-2. Really, I think I would err towards 9-3, but when I look at it, I don't see 3 losses.
Oh wow!
Really?
I feel like I see 2, but I like in my heart, in my soul, I believe that we're going to beat one of Miami or Clemson, which brings us down to 1 loss, which seems very unlikely at 11-1.
Yeah.
You think we're going to lose to both Baylor and TCU?
No.
No, he's saying
I think we're going to beat them both.
He thinks we're going to beat them both.
I think we're going to beat one of Clemson or Miami.
And you just think we're just going to drop another game? Or
that's what I believe in my soul. With my head, I'm going to go 10-2 though.
Oh wow!
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all about it. I'm going to let you go.
Oh, okay. Jay wants to pull it up with his depression.
Well, I'll go in the middle. I'm saying 8-4.
Yeah.
We're going to hit the under.
When Jay told me that before, I was like, ooh, feels
Yeah.
conservative, which I don't mind conservative because you don't set yourself up for,
And that wouldn't
heartburn.
be a terrible year. It would be disappointing.
Let that be clear. Is as we go through this, we've kind of got a gauntlet.
In terms of the ACC, we have probably the hardest ACC schedule.
For sure.
I think
at the top of
we're playing every good team that there is. Like any team that's good, we're playing them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say
other than Georgia
Tech could be good.
That's the only one that I'd say
have
is
strong opinions on Pitt.
I had strong opinions on Pitt until we curb stomped them last year. Because they were, what,
Then
7-0?
They kind of fell apart.
They didn't
there
win
is
another game.
there is a real phenomenon in college football where a team is undefeated and they're playing above their standard, and then they get stomped like that, and everything just falls off.
Yeah.
Pitt last year, A&M last year. I mean, you have this amazing season, and then something happens, and then the psyche of the players, especially in teams that are transfer portal heavy, that the culture doesn't hold them through the losses because they're not there long enough yet.
All right, Yannick, you got me on the edge of my seat. What do we got?
I'm feeling a 9-3.
He's going
season.
in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going in the middle.
Okay.
But I do think we're going to do better than Vegas has us. But the problem is, like we're talking about, it's a gauntlet of a season. And so I have 5 games that I think are virtual toss-ups or worse. And so we'll go through the schedule, and I'll talk about those as we go. But I think with 5 toss-up games or worse, you're going to struggle to win more than half of those.
Yeah. So let's kind of go section by section, maybe, or month by month, kind of, and let's talk about August, September. There are 2 obvious categories here. There are the games that, I mean, we're gonna win.
They're fillers in the schedule, kind of.
Exactly. East Texas A&M and Missouri State. We have to go to Missouri State.
I have Missouri State because
Thank
it's a
you.
road game as
Why
one
are
of
we
our
playing
losses.
at Missouri State? That's something I still don't get. Why are we at Missouri State?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oklahoma's playing at Temple. I've heard people saying similar things about that.
Yeah, well,
Temple's
that's
still
in
better than
NFL
Missouri
State.
State.
I agree. It's better than FCS, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, yeah, those 2 are wins. And then
Missouri
we have,
State FBS. They're new this year.
Oh,
they're
okay.
in the FBS.
Okay, I should have known that.
Come on.
Okay.
It's their first year. We're gonna
Yeah,
And then we have Baylor.
it'll be a rough
and then
first
we have
year, but
Baylor
that's how
and
it always is.
TCU.
Baylor and TCU. So we don't need to talk about East Texas A&M or Missouri State. Let's hop into Baylor. And what are you guys thinking?
I think we're going to beat them, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think they have their head coach is a solid defensive coach. I think that their quarterback is really good. That's where I'm worried.
Yeah, Sawyer's really
But I don't think that they're going to – I think we're going to be better than them, obviously, if I think we're going to win.
Yep.
I think it could be like a 7 to 10 point game, but I don't think we're going to lose that game.
I think we are about equal in terms of teams, but I think us being at home in Ford Stadium is the difference maker. So I have us as a 60-40 advantage. Still kind of a toss-up, but I do think that we are better. I do think that we're in home field. We're going to play better. That's my thought. Because Ford Stadium, when we're filled, which this will be a filled game, it will be electric. Like last season proved that. I think that's the difference maker. I think the fans are the difference maker here.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I definitely feel more comfortable about this game than I do, well,
Say it.
But those guys across the
in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel pretty equally uncomfortable about those games, though. The way I'm kind of thinking about it, I think we'll win one of those games. When I'm saying 8-4, I think we're going to either beat Baylor or beat TCU. I think there's a strong chance that the win is TCU. I'm like Baylor's got some good stuff going. The advantage we do have is Baylor has to show all their cards week 1 on a Friday night game against Auburn.
That is true.
Which you know.
And they're gonna be feeling the impact of playing an SEC depth school where they're just gonna pound on their line over and over and over again, which will soften them up in some ways.
So, and that's a toss-up game. They may be coming off a loss coming into Ford Stadium,
which is good and bad because they could be galvanized, but they could also be just kind of disheartening to start your season.
They were a couple games away from getting their head coach fired, and they turned it on at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So who knows what the morale or the
they've got a lot of momentum, I think, coming into the season.
Yeah.
And that could
they have some recruiting
a lot.
momentum as well. We'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We'll just see.
I would say that's the biggest question mark game for me. I don't know how that game's going to go at all, but I do think that we're going to be able to pull it out.
At Baylor or TCU?
Baylor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think we're going to win that one?
I think we're going to win Baylor, lose to TCU. That's my gut right now. I could be convinced the other way around. I do think we're going to lose one of those games. So I don't know. But here, one thing I want to talk about is this is a direct conversation with the athletic department of Baylor University. All right. If there's one thing we all know about Texas in August, what is it?
It's hot.
What's the weather like? It's hot.
It's brutal.
September.
It's humid.
No, August is their week 1 game. This is what I want to talk about. I can't imagine being a Baylor fan. That week 1 they're calling for a blackout on the Brazos.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's brutal.
As they're hosting Baylor. That's tough. That's
Auburn.
Sorry.
Baylor hosting
Baylor's
Auburn.
hosting Auburn.
Yeah.
Week 1
blackout.
on the Brazos. A blackout is what they're calling
On
it.
Friday night. What is it at? Is it the kick at 6 or 7?
That's a good question.
If it's at 7, I could see. But yeah, at 6.
But
ooh,
still,
Everyone's gonna
7,
be on their
you're
boat.
warming up. The sun doesn't
Yeah.
set right now. It's 7:30. The sun's still up.
that's tough.
Everyone's going to be on their boat. They're going to have to dip in the water and hop back out again. It's the only way you're going to
Well,
survive.
not the players.
Yeah, not the players. The
But the
players,
players go out there,
suffer.
warm up. 2
Yeah,
hours
yeah,
for the
they're
game.
gonna get
They're in all
cooked.
black.
They're gonna
They're
get
gonna
cooked.
Oof.
So
Yeah, that's rough, actually.
Bad decision.
Yeah.
I'm glad we wide out for week 1. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the good traditions here
Okay.
on Hilltop.
Okay.
Okay.
So you gave your TCU saying that you think we're going to
Yeah.
probably lose that one over
I think we may
Baylor.
lose that one.
That's what I have. I have us with the edge over Baylor because we're at home, but for the same reason, being at TCU, I think it's a 50-50 game in terms of, I think, talent for us. And so it's a toss-up game, but I think being at their stadium, I think their quarterback's good. I think their team is actually, I mean, they were 9-4 last year. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
They did not have a bad year. We stomped them, absolutely, but they didn't have a bad year.
They didn't
Yeah.
beat anybody.
But
But they
think,
still, that's a lot of
No.
momentum.
I think it's the emotional thing is the kind of the line for me.
And that's the other thing. They're going to come out.
They're going to come
kill
out
us.
with and so and I'm not saying that I don't think our ponies can be level-headed. Not saying that I think we're going to be outclassed. I think it's going to be
But
a
this is their
close
Super
game.
Bowl.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that a little bit. They're gonna come out as if it's their Super Bowl
But
because they're gonna want revenge.
I feel like we're relaxed about it though, like
Yeah.
our team.
which is the best thing for us to be.
I agree that Baylor and TCU could both be relative toss-ups. I think we're more likely to lose to Baylor than TCU. I don't understand the Josh Hoover hype. I don't understand how he got like that article on ESPN. Like in my opinion, the dude's terrible. And so
Glad
They
you
have-
didn't go.
and even if you think he's good, he's not comparable to Kevin Jennings. Like let's be real. So
A lot of scouts have him.
No,
like, up there.
no. He's 6
Like,
foot.
they think
he's not very
got some
good.
talent.
No, in my opinion, I don't think there's any way we lose this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's
Wow.
going to be, 10-14. But I don't think there's any way we lose that game.
I love it, and I hope I'm wrong. And I could be convinced to lose to Baylor than beat TCU.
Yeah.
Like I could see that happening.
I'm predicting us winning both, but I think Baylor's more likely as a loss. I just think they're better, but we don't know that. We'll see. Could be
So
wrong.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think they're about equal teams, but yeah.
I think that we're the better team.
In
Let
both
that be clear.
cases.
If we're playing this game, in front of no fans in Arlington, I think that we win the game.
I actually kind of agree with that. I think that we're actually better. I think we are better than either of the teams, but it's not a huge difference. And so the home field, in my opinion, is going to play out.
Yep.
And the TCU game, after what we did to them last year, it's going to be. They're going to come out with
The emotions are going.
the emotions are going to be high.
They're
I
going
think
to
that
be
how we
high.
win TCU is we come out, and we score 2 touchdowns early, and we're just up 14-0, and that just demoralizes them.
Yep.
Because when you're super hyped and you get 2 touchdowns scored on you, it just
hot
takes the wind out
as
of you.
heck. It's so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
We got
Yeah,
cooked.
that's-
We got cooked 2 years ago. It was so bad.
That's why I hate going to Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Okay, next
Anyway,
section.
one thing I want to highlight before we go into ACC play is who we miss. No Pitt. Some people think Pitt is going to be good this year. I think they're going to be.
I think they'll be decent.
They might be good.
I think they'll be decent.
They're bringing back
Decent
a lot of
to
talent.
good.
Anyway,
I think their ceiling is a good team.
this isn't a Pitt podcast. This is a pony podcast.
That is true.
Georgia Tech is scary.
Yes, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech's the only one that
I
I would be
wouldn't-
nervous
I
about
wouldn't
that
wanna
we're
play
not
them.
playing.
Yeah,
The world would be on fire for the Yellow Jackets right now had they won that game in 9 overtimes against Georgia.
I'm a Haynes King believer. I think he's got talent. He's got real
could be
talent.
very well, he could be the king of the ACC. I see Georgia Tech in Charlotte this year.
Wow.
And
High
then no
praise.
UNC, which who knows what's going to be happening in Chapel Hill this
They'll
I'm
be
year.
not
average.
a Kool-Aid drinker.
I
on
I'm
think they'll be
UNC
glad
yet.
that
good.
we don't have anything to do with it. I'm happy about that.
I think Florida State will be a lot better, but
Florida-
You know what?
that's a low bar. So
I think you're right. Actually, I am glad we're not having the drama that's going to go around it. It's
Yeah.
just nice to have we're playing 5 of the 6 good teams basically. I don't know
Yeah.
if I said that right, the number right, but we're playing all the good teams except for Georgia Tech. And honestly, UNC, we don't need the drama.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's hop into October. Start out with Syracuse on the 4th. I think that's a win. Syracuse
Didn't they
is
go
n-
11-3 last year? Just throwing that out there.
yeah,
I think they
but
went 11-3.
Kyle McCord is gone. I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that
they lost
team.
a lot of talent.
I think
we'll see.
I
hope
think
they
they'll be
beat Tennessee
solid.
week 1.
I think they'll be solid, but I'm not worried about us and them.
Yeah, I don't think that they're on the level of Baylor or TCU, but they're not on the level of East Texas A&M.
Yeah, they're solid, but not.
I think they're the best team that I just have penciled in as a win.
Yep.
So of the teams, I'm just like, yeah, we're going to win that game. They're the best team that we're going to play. That's
then Stanford a week later.
Yeah,
they're in a big time rebuilding year.
And these are both at home. That's the other thing to think
about
about.
that.
Like these are at home games. I mean, it's going to be tough for either of these
I mean,
teams to come in.
A Stanford
and win.
away game is basically a neutral site. Nobody.
That is true. Even if it was, I'm just saying it's going to be so much worse
definitely.
for them coming into a hostile environment.
Then
we have that the week before we go to a little town in South Carolina,
which
Clemson.
we may or may not be there.
South Carolina. I think. Are we ready to announce the news?
I mean, at this point, by the time this comes out, the season's going to be starting.
Season's starting. Let's tell them. Your Mustang Mood podcast, the Mustang Mood podcast.
We're going mobile
in Clemson, South Carolina on
and
October
we're
18th.
taking a status jet plane. No, we're not.
No, we're
I
not.
wish.
Frontier
Economy.
Airlines.
Frontier for the win.
But if you're an SMU fan, find us at the Clemson game because there's not going to be many of us, I don't think.
I don't know.
So
I could see it.
try to find us.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's meet up.
excited.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun.
I'm really excited. It's going to be a blast. I think, so our predictions, I'm saying we lose that game. I think there's going to be a lot of emotion in that game too. I think, honestly, more emotion in that game for us than the TCU game.
Yeah.
Of wanting to prove that we can win.
Yeah, I think
This
we're
is
going to go
where
in
I
there like
see-
TCU's going to come against us. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that Clemson is so good this year. I think we would go, if we could go play last year's Clemson team, we would win that game. Obviously not with last year's team because we lost that game. But if we could take this year's team in the past to play last year's team, I think we could win on the road in South Carolina.
I have a 25% chance of winning. I have them as this is the worst odds that we have in the schedule for me.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably be in the 15 to 20% chance of winning.
I'm predicting a loss, but if I'm being honest, I would not be surprised if we won. I don't think it's expected, but I wouldn't be shocked if we won.
That's why I did 25% because it's like we're an underdog for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like if it happened, it's like okay, there's a path for us to win. KJ pops off, our team doesn't get frazzled. We don't get down like we did last year, 20 points or something like that. Like we just play our football without getting frazzled early. And KJ's established he shouldn't get frazzled.
This is a good point in the season too. Of if things are going well for us,
we could be at a real high point.
Roll.
Yeah,
and there's a world where Clemson starts to fall apart if they lose to LSU and lose to Louisville.
Yeah, it's possible.
They could be starting to fall apart at this point. Who knows? I mean, Dabo's a good coach, got some good talent, but
good quarterback.
I think they're undefeated when they come
good quarterback.
when we play them.
Yeah.
That's my guess. If I were to predict right now, I think they're undefeated.
I don't know. LSU's really good.
I'm excited for that.
We'll see.
I think LSU's good. I don't think they're going to beat Clemson week 1. Clemson is too much returning talent.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the reason why I'm even having a hard time saying I think we're going to lose some of these games is because I feel like the team is just so emotionally mature because of the coaches and just the culture.
Our team.
That I don't see us. And again, Clemson's going to have way more talent than us. I just don't see anybody out. What's the word? Like composing us.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I trust the team to keep their heads and to stay composed.
We'll see. I mean, I feel like this will be a good test of that.
Yeah.
This will be the big test.
Because there were times last year where I think the coaching staff said the right things,
and the team
they had the team in the best place they could be, but they still fell short.
I mean,
specifically in South Carolina and in
I was gonna say,
Clemson
I feel like
Penn State. Yeah, those are the two.
I feel like our 3 losses,
North Carolina,
were all due to somebody losing their head. Which in the first game was. Who was the first? I don't remember.
So basically, it's all stemming from you believing KJ is going to take that
The
step.
first game was everybody, and then the next 2, it was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Clemson,
and you just believe
Clemson and
KJ
Penn
is going to
State.
take that step to the
he
point where
lost
you
his
don't feel
head on
comfortable.
a couple plays, and same at Duke, which we won, obviously. But
one thing I heard Rhett say earlier this offseason was the defense put us in position to win every one of those games. All 3 of the games we lost last season, were not because
we had
of
some
the
awesome
defense.
stops.
Yeah, the defense did absolutely amazing. I think BYU. Like, if we didn't keep giving the ball back to BYU on offense.
That was brutal.
What was that one play? There was that one fumble.
We fumbled it on the 1 yard line or something. Inside the 10, we fumbled.
That was right after a
twice.
turnover, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then, wasn't that the same game where somebody tossed the ball backwards?
I think so.
Wait, that was
a mess.
I don't remember the
that
toss
was
back,
that was
Preston Stone started that game.
No, that was
that was brutal. Penn State.
the running back. what's his name? Why can't I remember?
Rashard Smith.
Rashard?
Smith.
Yeah.
I remember Jordan Hudson was like, toss it. And
Oh,
he tossed
no,
it
I do remember
back.
that,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Painful.
that's right.
Anyway,
But it was both of those. We would have won either way. I mean, we
Oh.
would have
So-
won if not for that. Anyways.
yeah. So Clemson,
Dang it.
obviously that's
Yeah.
a big circle on our schedule.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna have it. That in fact, most other teams are just gonna pencil us as a loss. Like Ben said, I wouldn't be shocked if we won in the sense that it's like it would be a big upset, but I wouldn't be shocked because we have a talented team.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't be shocking to me for us to go 11-1 this season. I think we'll lose a game,
I'd be shocked honestly if we went 11. I think it's a hard enough schedule that it's just
but
we got a strong schedule.
so none of these games necessarily on their own would be shocking to me if we won.
Yes,
I
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Wake Forest.
Yeah, Wake Forest got a
Pass.
good running back
Win.
coming back, but that's about it. New
Yeah.
coaching staff, quarterback battle going on right now.
Anytime
Yeah.
there's a quarterback battle,
Easy
it's
dub.
always a
Not
big.
worried about it.
I mean, obviously,
Easy
even with
dub.
us last year, quarterback battle cost us the BYU game, and so
Yep.
that's just a good sign for us. They'll have it figured out by then, but it's like he's not gonna have as many reps possibly as he needs to.
Next.
Next is do we have a bye? Is that right?
I don't remember if we have a bye, but
no bye.
Miami's next at home.
Then
Wake Forest is basically a bye.
Nah, I don't know. They're not
Still
that
Still
bad.
have
They're-
to win that game.
They're terrible.
I think they're kind of like Syracuse, where it's like
no.
they're gonna
no,
be-
No.
Wake Forest.
I think Syracuse is a lot better than Wake Forest. I don't think Wake Forest
Yeah.
is going to be nothing.
I think Stanford and Wake Forest are maybe on the same level. Anyway, November 1st. If you can only come to SMU one day this year, if you can only come to the Hilltop 1 point, it should be homecoming.
Yeah.
Because this game's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited. And if there was a game that was going to be game day, if there was going to be a time where we got to finally check off the box of hosting ESPN's College Game Day on campus, it would be November 1st.
Do you think we need to have an undefeated schedule, or do you think we have one loss or two? Or
I think
we have to have one
could
loss
be a
max.
one-loss max. And
Yeah.
Miami also has to beat Notre Dame, in my eyes.
Yeah. So we can lose to Clemson, but we need to beat both Baylor and TCU.
Yeah.
Or
They also,
Yeah.
Miami can't host game day at any point. Otherwise, a lot of things have to go right. And they have to go to Penn State at some other point in this, or Ohio State already.
if they go back for that, I'm so tired of these. Like, this is the same thing every year.
Penn
It's
State,
annoying.
Ohio State, every year.
Nobody
It's game day.
cares. Nobody cares about that game.
Anyway, so just heads up. I know that SMU fans care about this, so here's what we're competing against. As far as other ranked games, Penn State at Ohio State, Texas Tech
that's
at
probably
Kansas
taking
State,
it, but yeah.
Arizona State at Iowa State, which honestly could be a really good game.
Okay.
That's a Big 12 championship rematch. South Carolina at Ole Miss, OU at Tennessee, and then Georgia at Florida.
Oh, no.
There's a lot
That
of
game's already
marquee
on
games
ABC.
that are
Yeah,
up there.
just-
Basically, the only way that we're getting this, I think, is if we're one loss team or less. Miami's had a really good year, and there's not Ohio State, Penn State aren't undefeated type thing. Because if
Georgia.
one of those, if you have two undefeated
Georgia.
teams in the Big Ten or at the SEC, we're not getting
Florida has. If Florida's good, they're going to go to Florida, Georgia.
I'm not
Yeah.
a Florida Kool-Aid drinker, guys. I'm telling
No.
you, it's not
I
going to be
think-
as good as people
I think their quarterback is really good, but again, their head
Lagway is really good.
Their head coach was no DJ Lagway away from getting
Yeah.
fired.
I was
he
at
literally
the A&M
saved his
Florida
job.
game where they got curb stomped by A&M in Florida, and their fans were chanting when their coach went on the screen, they were chanting to fire him.
Yep.
That's where they were last year. So
Yeah, that was a
I'm telling you
fascinating
guys,
story to watch.
DJ
everyone's
Lagway
drinking the
saved
Kool-Aid.
his job.
Lagway is amazing. He will be amazing this year. He's top 3 quarterback for me. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to be as good as
No.
people think.
Anyway, now that I'm saying this out loud, I think we may have to be undefeated to host.
I think we're going to have
probably.
to be undefeated too. Which is
So,
if
and
we beat
Miami
Clemson
also
and Miami.
would have to be undefeated. Let's see.
But I will say this:
is
if
that
we're
plausible?
undefeated and Miami's undefeated, the only way we don't get game day is if Ohio State and Penn State are both undefeated. That's the only way I see that, because otherwise,
But we
It's us.
already know it's big noon kickoff. We don't care.
Yeah. it'll be a big game
Yeah.
regardless.
We'll see. If Florida beats Miami, then it's probably not game day.
Okay, Boston
Anyway,
College.
Okay. We didn't talk about the game yet.
The Miami game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. We didn't. Oh, that's weird. I feel like we were talking around it so much. I just
Yeah.
assumed we had talked about it.
Okay. One thing I want to point out about Miami's schedule. This will be their first game of the entire season that they play outside of the state of Florida.
That's crazy.
November 1st,
wild.
the first time they leave Florida. They go to Florida State and they go to Florida, I think. No, I think they host Florida. Let's see.
It is crazy that they are not leaving their state.
They've got 8 home games this season.
That's so weird.
It's nuts. Who do they go to? They go to.
Well, hold on. Is the Notre Dame game at home, or is that
home?
Or is it that could be a neutral site game?
That's
though.
at home.
Okay.
It's crazy, huh? Well, regardless, I mean, I think Miami's got more talent than us because I mean they have more blue chips. That's just kind of how it is. They're just have a bigger brand name than us, so they've had better recruits over the years. They had a really good year last year. Yeah. Okay. So they lost. What's his name? Heisman guy.
Cam Ward. Yeah. They lost Cam Ward, and who frankly won a lot of games for them. But I feel like they're more talented than us, and I think that us being at home makes it a 50-50. I think they're slightly more talented, but we're at home. It's a toss-up game for me.
I'll be interested to see how Carson Beck plays throughout the season. Yeah. Because at this point last season, we were saying, oh, that Heisman guy.
Number 1 pick.
Carson Beck. Like, of course, he was going to go in the first round. And then, his stock plummeted last year. But
didn't do so well at the end. But
I'm gonna pencil this in as a loss because I don't see a second loss. But I honestly think we're gonna win this game. So
yeah. So to me, I would put this as a loss. But I think we got a shot. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm going low right now, but I think we could win some of these games. So
and again, if you go back, you're gonna see this for me as a loss. But in my heart of hearts, I think we're going to win this game.
He's just hedging his bets so that he can win either way.
I actually think that we're going to win this game, but I'm going with 10-2 because I just can't see 11-1 happening. But I don't think we're going to lose to Louisville, BC, or Cal.
At the end of this, I want all three of us. I have 3 losses. Jay has 4. You have 2. You need to pick. I want to see the 3 games that we have to pick. We got to pick which ones we think are not.
What I'm saying is, on paper, I'm picking us to lose that game, but I think we're going to win.
Okay. One of the ones I may say is this next one, at BC a week later.
I have it as a nervous game for me.
No.
They just lost their quarterback to where did he transfer to?
Florida State.
He wasn't
Florida State. Yeah, that's right. He went to Florida State.
He wasn't really their
Castellanos or something. Yeah. He went to Florida State.
Hold on. I need to say this. As somebody who's Hispanic, if this guy really says his name Castellanos, it's ridiculous. It's clearly Castellanos. Come on. The double L is always the yes sound.
Except for when you're talking about the quarterback, the former Boston College, now current quarterback of Florida State.
Every time I hear Castellanos, it makes me cringe.
Who changed his first name when he moved as well. Well, he used to go by Thomas Castellanos. That was what was on the depth chart. Now, this year, it's Tommy Castellanos.
Oh, so he's going by his nickname now.
So now he's Tommy Boy.
Does he say Castellanos?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a failure on the parent, or whatever
parental structure he has.
Whatever Hispanic ancestry he has to have that last
Somebody
name.
failed along the line.
Somebody failed. This is bad.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. It just.
Anyway, I'm not touching that with the. I'm just presenting facts.
Yeah,
and
that's
then Ben
fine.
is
That's
giving
fine.
you opinions. I'll let that be clear here.
I have it penciled in as a win because they lost their quarterback. I mean, when your quarterback transfers to another school to start, that's a bad sign culturally speaking. And so I have us penciled in as a win. But Boston College they've given us fits in the past.
I think their backup was better than him though last year.
That's fine. I'm just saying there's something about a team that loses your starting quarterback.
But
yeah,
he quit on the team.
I agree. I
think we're gonna win that game.
I think it's at BC. If it was at home, I would say yes. We've had trouble.
At BC late too. It gets cold.
I heard earlier today someone say they went to a game at BC in November. It's the coldest they've ever been at a football game.
Yeah, it's not good for us.
Our ponies are not good in the cold.
We've done it before. We have a lot of experience from last year. I'm trying to think.
Think about all the cold games we played in the last 3 years. Fenway Bowl, the ACC championship game, and Penn State game, and all of those were losses.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we got the experience. I'm trying to think of a good wager, like what I would give up if we lost that game. That's how confident I am that we're going to win it. I'm trying to think of what it is. I'm not going to be Abraham and offer up my firstborn.
That's good. You probably shouldn't.
I don't know. Look, I'm going to think of something and say I'll wager with one of you guys or whoever that if we lose that game, I will do something.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Crazy.
I'll take it.
Since we can't condone sports betting on our podcast, I'm not going to make a bet here.
Well, no, not for money. It'll be like I'll do something stupid or
yeah.
Whatever.
He'll shave his head.
Oh.
I am confident enough to take that bet, but
Oh,
I would never shave my head.
Lauren,
so
we're marking it down here.
No,
He's
I
gonna-
never say. I said I would. I didn't say I
okay.
do. I wouldn't do that.
I can tell you one thing, that what we will be doing on November 15th won't be at Ford Stadium. We'll be doing
True.
our own thing. It's a bye week. No losses.
That's right.
Yeah, no losses.
Can't lose that week. The next week, though.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. I think I'm saying it terribly, but
Nice.
Cardinals.
Y'all struggling there, huh?
Not
Louis-
the Cardinal. The
okay. Well,
Cardinals.
Thomas
plural.
Castellanos would say Louisville. So
That's funny.
Oh, me. I think I've actually got this one down as a win.
I've got it as a
Um,
60-40 win. I think we edge them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think if it was
have the
again, we
edge.
won last year. I think if it was away, I would be worried, but because it's at home,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still. It's.
I have it the same as the Baylor game.
I think
it's
60-40
equal
is
with
fair.
the Baylor game
60-40, yeah.
because both these games are at home. I think they're a good team. We're at home. We have the edge. Doesn't mean we're guaranteed to win, but we have the edge. That's
At
kinda my-
Cal,
At Cal, dub.
easy.
And then 8-4 gets us. What are we
Okay.
thinking?
Yep. Look, let's
Pop Tart is probably
Louisville.
not. It's
Probably not on
the
the-
Pop
no,
Tart.
it's not the Pop-Tart. I wish.
Fenway Bowl.
Okay, wait, so
Pinstripe Bowl.
Is
something like
Louisville
that.
the week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Week
yeah.
Before Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's my wife's birthday.
And Cal is the
I'm trying
week
to think.
of
I'll have to
Thanksgiving.
go. Yeah, I forget that one.
Okay, let's go through this real quick though. Pick your losses. If you had to, Ben has to
Yep.
pick 2. Jay, you have to pick 4. I've got to pick 3. I've got 3 on my mind, so I'll start. I have us. I think we're gonna beat Baylor because we're at home. I think TCU, they're gonna come out swinging so hard because they're gonna. This is gonna be their Super Bowl of the year. So I think they might get us in that one. So that's 1. I think Clemson. I have that penciled in as a loss right now. And Miami. So those are the 3 that I have penciled in as losses. I think those 3, if we're going to lose 3 games, that's how we lose them. I don't think we're going to lose against Louisville. I think we're going to win that game, especially because we're at home. And those are the only ones that I have as risky games. All the other games in the year, I feel like if we play our B game, we will win. We don't have to play our A game for the rest of the games. We play our B game in any of the other games, we'll win. For these games, we play our A game. We're going to beat Louisville. We're going to beat Baylor. And we could beat the other teams. It just depends on the game.
Okay. Jay?
So you've got.
I've got
TCU,
Miami, Clemson,
Miami,
and
Clemson.
TCU. Those are the 3 games that scare
To
me
be
the
clear,
most.
those all in lowercase for TCU, right?
TCU, if you look at my
Yes.
phone, it always goes to lowercase. But
And you got those 3.
I've got TCU, Clemson, Miami. Actually, you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. It's Baylor.
he's upping it. Oh,
No, it's Baylor,
Oh.
Clemson, Miami, and then at BC.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, I thought. Okay.
Wait.
No, I think those.
so which
two-
games?
I thought he was gonna drop to 3 as well.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we're gonna
No.
win in Fort Worth.
Okay,
I've
so you
got-
think we win?
I-
Okay.
But he thinks
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
lose
I
to
would
Baylor.
lose one of those 2 games of Baylor, TCU.
Yeah,
Now, I
I-
hope we don't. I think it's possible we don't.
I'm saying gun to your head, you got to make a prediction and you
Yep.
got to get it right.
We lose to Baylor, lose to Clemson, lose to Miami, lose to BC.
Okay. BC is that's a hot take on that one, I think. But I do agree we struggle
Yeah.
in the cold.
And I could be convinced to move the BC to Louisville or a Cal or a Syracuse.
Really, Cal? Okay.
Like,
No.
You're saying
I-
like a
I
random
don't know
lost
we'll
game
drop
because
a
we
game.
dropped
No,
something.
Yeah. yeah, we'll get hurt or we'll get some adversity that
I think
like we may lose like the equivalent of the Duke game last year, right? The Duke
Yeah.
game we should have had no business
yeah.
being that close,
So we blocked the kick.
right? And we had no business
Well-
winning that game or losing that game. Like
Yeah.
either way,
We should have spanked them. We didn't, and then we should have lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I could see us losing that kind of game this year.
Okay.
And BC is the one that I would guess would be that kind of game. But I could see it being a Syracuse. I could see it being late in the season at Cal. I could see it being Louisville. I don't see it being Stanford or Wake Forest. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
For
wrap us up.
me, Clemson is my loss. Again, like I feel like 10-2 is the number, but I think we're gonna beat Miami. So I don't know if I should go up. I feel like that's.
you're
I
gonna
feel
have
like
to change
that's.
it to
I feel like that's
11-1.
foolish.
do it.
Okay.
Ben drinks all the
I'm just
Kool-Aid.
gonna go for 11-1.
That's
Our only loss
Dang.
is Clemson. That's
Ben
what I-
believes in us. He believes in you guys.
I would be.
That would
I'd
be
be through
crazy.
the roof.
That would be crazy.
And then 11-1 most likely puts us in Charlotte again.
11-1.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
if we go 11-1, we're absolutely in Charlotte because you got to think we have beaten Louisville,
And we'll be
beaten
back in the
Clemson,
playoff
we'll
also.
basically Clemson, Miami, or
Yeah,
Clemson, Miami, and
it's
Louisville.
definitely a playoff.
Yeah.
berth.
100% playoff, 100% ACC championship. Because the only one, well, okay,
unless we
100%.
got blowed.
Georgia Tech could.
Actually, you're right. Georgia Tech could go undefeated, and whoever we
they
lose
play
to
Clemson.
could be undefeated.
I mean, if we
lose
know.
to Clemson and they beat Clemson, it'll be both of them.
if we went to the ACC championship, I think we're in unless we got blown out or something bad. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
11
I'm not
1.
predicting us to go to the ACC championship game this year with a 9-3 schedule, but I think that 9-3 in this schedule is actually
good.
better
Yeah.
than last year's 11-2 or 11-1.
Mark me down. And this will close on this. I'm not as high as Ben
That's fine.
on the Mustangs this year, but I'm over the moon on them for next season. The Mustangs.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be back not only in Charlotte in December of 2026, but we're going to be playing in the playoffs in 2026 again.
And Jay will shave his head if he's
If-
wrong.
If I'm,
Wait,
you know
wait,
what?
wait.
I'll do it.
Dang, I
I'll
did not think you'd
I'll
go
shave
there.
Okay.
my head if we don't make the playoffs in 2026.
You're talking about
I'll
the
shave my head.
2026-27 season, right?
26,
Yes,
27,
the
yeah.
next,
Okay.
not this season, next
Not
season.
this, not
Because I think it starts in December, but
Yeah.
then it'll finish in.
this year, in 2026.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's confusing.
We need
Okay.
to make some. Next time we get all together, all four of us, we're going to need to do some predictions where we're willing to take a punishment for it. We got to make a prediction for this season, and we have a punishment if we lose it.
How about
We need to do that.
Yeah.
Or we need to
That'll be
figure out
fun.
the person
don't
who's
know.
furthest away.
That's crazy.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll say it. I'm here on the internet. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a man of my word.
Yeah.
I'm shaving my head if we don't make the playoffs in 2026. And on that bombshell,
I love it.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Visit
Thank
our
you
store.
so much for listening to the Mustang Loop podcast.
Pony up.
Store. Pony up.